Hello everyone, my name is Yosem and welcome back to Regrowth, and check this out. It's full. 2 giga RF. No idea what we're going to do with the rest of it, but it's full. I disconnected the power, I disconnected the other end way down there because, like I thought, it completely depleted our mana. And also, we learned something for the future. We do not turn this thing off, because turning this thing off made me come in with 0 life points in my network and all wibbly, and I had to go shut that portal off. I had to figure out, while all weaving all over the place, where I left an orb so I could get some life points into my network. And luckily I had some emergency regen potions from the magical crops over there in the blood magic chest, so I was able to get enough hit points to get myself back into the, not wobbling all over the place. Alright, so that was the first thing. The second thing, this is episode 100, assuming I've counted correctly, which means I need to actually add a character to the thumbnail image for these things, which will be interesting. I think I can just add one on there. We'll see. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try and light this thing, which I realize will go off if we give it a redstone signal. The only place we can put a piece of redstone is right here. So, plus I didn't want this thing draining power. It seemed to be kind of wobbling on power, and it was constantly sucking for some reason. I don't know why. But all this is going to get moved. So more than likely I'll rip all this stuff down, because the idea would be to have one of these reflectors or amplifiers here, and then have the actual array down there. So you pushed a button, it would snap out that brick, or leave the brick in there and charge up both of them, and then you're good to go. But before we get to that, let's see. I completely spaced the name. I had it written down too. Oh, nuts. It's gone. Oh, I hate when that happens. It happens a lot. I was talking with someone who, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, in the videos about, or not the videos, the comments about why we don't have those wind turbines way up there, because that would produce an amazing amount of power. Because that, I think, is maybe 50 blocks shy of the world roof, something like that. Unfortunately, if I fly even halfway up there, let's see, what do we got here? The ticks per second, which you can see right now, overall we're sitting at 34. So my guess was that's 20 ticks takes 34 milliseconds. I think, I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that anywhere. When I do that, if I leave the ground and go even part of the way up there, that number goes up high enough that the server starts losing upwards of a minute of time. It gets so bad you can't even log in. Like, you log in, you immediately disconnect it. It just shows you in the log as he was on and then he was gone. It's weird. So, yeah, unfortunately that kind of sucks, and I can't think of a way to get him up there without having to fly up there. I might actually try it one of these times, who knows. But, alright, before we push the button, or find a button that we can push, we're going to do a quick run back over, because this has been spread across, like 4 episodes, so kind of want to make sure we have an idea here. This is, so we're going to go through it all. Our solar evaporation block, this one is receiving water, and it's converting that water horribly slowly, because my pumps can't keep up, into brine, which then is pumped directly into this smaller solar evaporation block thingy. Are you supposed to say something? Okay, good, it's all right. Which is producing lithium from that brine. So you can see we're backed up on lithium. I've got both of those, the brine and the lithium, being pumped down into railcraft tanks in the lower level here. And then what we're doing here is we're bringing that back up, and we're converting it into the gases, so it can be split out. Yeah, there it is. So we're bringing the liquid lithium up, we're converting it into a gas through this condensator flipped over to decondensing. So it's flipping from a liquid to a gas. It's running through our solar neutron activators, which we do not have near enough of them, but it's not a problem because our brine capacity cannot keep up with the lithium production, so that hasn't become an issue yet. That is producing, I want to say, tritium? Yes, tritium. And we're converting that gas directly into a liquid. We're storing it in this tank you saw here. We have a lot of it. We're bringing it back up, and we're converting it back into a gas. It seems kind of funny when you look at it this way, but it's then being converted into a gas, and it's going into the reactor thingy, which we should have a whole ton of it, or 1,000 of it, whatever the measurement rate is. Over here, we've got, this is the D something, deuterium. Nah, I got it, deuterium. This stuff is basically heavy water, which you get from the mechanism. I think it's an electric pump. Yes, an electric pump, and then you have to put into it. I want to say it's a build. Is it just a filter? There it is. Filter upgrade. Not really all that hard to make. I mean, even the gravity lens isn't all that bad. It takes a Rune of Winter, which if you don't have it,
Sound muted.
Knew I forgot something. Can be a bit of a pain in the butt to set up, but overall not that bad. The trick is this stuff produces insanely slow. I let this thing run for a day or two to get this much. I mean, it barely is able to fill one of these pipes up. But then you run it through your electrolytic separator, which converts it into deuterium and oxygen, but we're just dumping the oxygen, which would be coming out here. We don't care about that. We are then converting it into liquid, and we are sending it down into its own happy little tank right here. And then just like that one, we're bringing that liquid back up, we're converting it back into a gas, and we're pumping it into the reactor. So assuming I didn't forget anything, that should keep up with it. From what I'm seeing online and just the documentation saying how much faster lithium production is than brine production, you probably need at least 2 to 4 of these towers producing brine for every one max height lithium you've got. And that, so far, I need to look at it. I get the feeling that the Buildcraft pumps are just not up to task as far as keeping that thing running. I'm betting if I replaced them with like 3-4 electric pumps per tank, I'd probably be good to go. On the to-do list, assuming we ever move this thing out of the prototype into the actual production. So, because I don't like all this stuff being here. It's messy. But it's actually pretty simple setup. I mean, if you ignore the fact that I've got a bazillion pumps down here. So this one's doing the heavy water. It's got the filter upgrade right there. So that one is supplying our heavy water, which that's why I'm not sure of the sustainability of our reactor once we fire this thing up. But we'll see. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, most of this stuff was just the materials that were a pain in the butt. Now, I can imagine if this wasn't Regrowth. If this wasn't Regrowth, this would probably be horrifying to create, because these things, the recipes online on the wiki looked insane compared to what they are now. Now they're just grindy, as opposed to being, resource intensive. So, who knows? No. Nope. Good enough. I hope this works. It says it needs a high redstone signal. What do you think we give it one and see what happens? I really hope this thing can't explode. Alright. This is where we find out whether or not I actually did this right. Ooh. Of course, I emptied the entire 2 gig into it, and I think we only needed like 400 meg. Oh well. Ooh, now I'm glad I put the glass there. Look at that thing. It's all bubbly. How are you guys doing? Keeping up? Seriously? You're not even moving. How are you doing? The injection rate's 2. How's our power output? Holy crap. It's putting out, give or take, we'll just say 400,000 RF a tick. The heat levels... See, I really don't... There's air-cooled and water-cooled. Maybe you pump water into this thing? I don't know. Yeah, water right there. And it produces steam. I wonder if you can take steam out of this and use the steam as a byproduct. That might be worth trying. What I'm curious of right now is how long can this setup keep this thing running on the lowest level, which is the injection rate of 2. That is still really cool. It's just kind of bouncing around. I mean, I know it's a square, and it's just a bunch of squares and squares, but it's kind of like, whoa, and you just kind of stare at it. Yeah. Okay, now what we need to do... Where did I put it? There it is. You're still set to only go off on high. Yeah? Okay. How are we doing? Well, hello there. Let's go. Where do we put our spare power pipes? No, because that'd be easy. Maybe it wasn't here. Was it in here? I put it away where it belongs, didn't I? Yeah, but why can I not? Oh, there's a block over my head. Power. There you are. Well, that explains a bit. You know what? If we're going to do this... Yeah. I don't remember what they're called. Cable. Okay. Alright, universal cable. Wrong button. Okay. Universal to basic, okay, some steel and some redstone. Standard, up and up and up. Okay. We can do this. I hope. Can we do this? Yes. Maybe. Oh, yeah, we can do this. You ran out of coal again, didn't you? Yep, you did. Okay, so we need this and this and you. Not in there. Are you in there? Nope. Redstone's one of those things I just haven't bothered to fully automate yet. Okay. Oh, it's yeah, it's 8 per. Ooh, didn't notice that. Okay, we got a lot of it now. Let's see, how many of these do we have? Yeah, let's see here. I keep opening that one. I think we may have enough to do this here. How much does this can carry? Ooh, only 128k. This stuff? 5. Yeah, that's putting up 400. We do not have that many of you. Wait, how do we make you? Oh, diamonds. I don't know if we can afford that. Yeah. Ooh. Powers of 8. Just because. No. Bad cable. How dare you do exactly what you're supposed to do? Okay, good. You're empty. That's good. We need more of those. Wow, that was completely wrong. You go there. Okay, now put these in here. I seriously did not mean to make this many of these things. Alright, that gives us those and leaves us a bunch of leftovers in there, which we will get sorted eventually. Okay. How we doing? Ooh. Got a bunch of those in there. You can go here. More. I remember. Yep, we put our speed upgrades in there. Oh. Ooh. Oh, okay. I was like, what? Why is this empty? I say, well, it's supposed to be empty. Yeah, speed upgrades in there. Doesn't really need it, though. You've got it in there. That's why you're running so fast. This one, honestly, it's producing so slow. It really does not need that speed upgrade, but removing it would be... we'll just leave it. Let's not take its toys away. 64. Only need a couple more. 2 to be exact. Can I have 2? I can have 2. Alright, let's go here. This goes here. And now... You done yet? Man, you are slow. Oh well, we'll do these. Okay, these have a capacity of 128. That's ultimate. Really? The ultimates can only do 128? That's it? Okay, alright, it's slacking off now. It's down to 202. I'm guessing it was putting it out that fast because of this thing. Well, maybe not. Actually, it's still not connected because we haven't made the cable yet. Yeah. Okay, how are we going to do this? I think if we bring you down over to here, and here, and here. Zzzt. Holy, did that actually... Please tell me this thing was full already. Wow. It's an ultimate cube. Oh, wait, no, why does it say basic all the time? Okay, alright, let's see what happens. Let's come over here. Tank. Yes, tank, I remember. Let's not. But we'll tell people we did. Yeah, Yeah, why not? You can use some extra power. Do you connect to that? You don't? Okay. And there. Stick your head in there. Well, that definitely seems to be climbing a little faster. I think the bottleneck is actually these things. Oh, I don't want to use up all that power. Oh, I broke two, didn't I? Okay, now, we need to make sure not to fry ourselves, because these things are... They're putting out some juice right now. So I'd rather not get cooked. Alright, this is where, if you're watching, you start thinking, how long is it going to take before he accidentally walks through or bumps into one of those things? Okay, we take you down. We don't need you anymore. Alright, we just... Oh, sorry, glowstone. Oh, we only got two back. Oh well. Okay, and those, and I break the tank and kill all our deuterium. Just watch. Ah, I knew I broke another piece around here somewhere. You go there. Okay, it's getting dark again. You there. Take you off because we... Did I? Okay. Alright, so... No. Oh, hey, cables. What we need to do is get these off of here. Okay, lasers are unpowered. Good. Because we do not have the means to do a proper lockout tagout procedure on these cables. Alright. So, I think what we're going to do... Wish there was a way to shut that off. It's the, I think it's the Sojourner Sash that's doing that. Makes me jump. Let's see. I think if we run a little bit of... Hello, Apiary. If we run a bit of a donut of wire around this thing. So, you... Yeah, you're fully charged. Alright, let's pop you out, and you out. And you, and you. Yeah, there we go. I might as well keep that because I'm pretty sure I'm going to misplace something. Then we can put a cable here. The biggest problem... when I take this thing down next, I think we're going to add more power ports. Because only being able to pull out at 128,000 is probably going to bite us eventually. So, because that's, when you really think about it, this thing is capable of producing up into the millions of RF. Come on, almost. And so that's really not that much power when you think about it. You know, only being able to pull it out at 128 at a time. So we'll definitely have to do something for that. I think most of them recommend you use, what is it? Oh, it's gone. There's one that gives you the cryothium ducts or something. And they're like infinite power transfer rates. They just cost a crazy amount to make. How much power do you have in you? Max output, 20,000. Max output, 128. Thermal expansion, that's it. Yeah, we're not going to connect these things into it. We're going to actually take you out of the loop. Here. Yeah. Is this thing... Are the lasers humming? I got my sound turned down, so I can't hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it any better. I don't know, that looks like it's going a little faster. Maybe not a crazy amount faster, because we've only got one port to work with. Let's see, we got that one. Can't believe I only put 3 in here. I really don't want to shut it down again. Now, it should have... Yeah, it ate the all around. Statistics. Air-cooled. Ignition temperature, 100,000, or 100 million... Whoa. 100 million Kelvin. Plasma temperature... Passive generation, 200,000 RF. See, it says passive. I wonder what... I mean, I'm guessing that just means from the fact that it's alive. Okay, so a water-cooled passively generates 50,000 RF as opposed to the 200, but it can produce 75,000 millibuckets of steam. Okay, so this works similar to the big reactors. Okay, I'm tired again. In that you can either use it to produce a small amount of power, or you can use it to produce steam that could potentially produce a large amount of power. Like we could, we kind of put it in the spot of our boiler. In theory, we could hook a whole ton of steam engines up to it. How are you doing? Did I not open you? Apparently not. Yeah, it's already up to 28. I wonder if we put that there and here and explode. No. You got so much power in you, or are you just not capable of... The cables are maxed out. That's why. Okay. Let's see if we can't... I'm curious to see if we can mess the cabling up in a way that will... Well, not really mess it up, but change it in a way that will allow it to receive power from multiple sources. So we should be able to bring... That's right, they can only accept power from the top. Or the bottom. Yeah, you'd think there would be... I mean, that's not very much. Cable. Yeah. Only does 128. It's still funny to think about it like that. It's only 128,000. So that's a lot of power. I don't even think our base was using that much. I mean, I think we're more than likely generating all this power right now solely to feed the laser. So what we need to do then is, can we... I think we can do that. If we loop... This is going to kind of short circuit the system a little bit. But we'll put that one there and there. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so that goes out that way. Just get all this back real quick. Okay, so that's feeding in there at 128,000. So if we come down... Yeah, I walked right around it without getting fried. Alright, power goes off here. We snap the cable. There it is. You. There we go. And the Digiminer's alive. Out is next to the lithium tank. Hello. You know what? I don't know. Let's pop the speed upgrades out of this thing. Did I hit the button? Okay. I want... Alright, so if the upgrades are out... Let's get rid of you. Okay, yeah, it's still capable of keeping up. So let's pop the upgrades out of this one as well. You, there's no way you are going fast enough to justify having a speed upgrade. Lasers. Ooh. Man, we are so lucky these things can't explode. And if we put this one here, we might as well get the power into the system. This blurb. And there. This thing is capable of holding 40,000 RF, which is weird because this thing's only capable... Wait. Oh, this will hold 38,000 RF period, or 48,000, or 40,000, whatever. This thing's capable of producing, or outputting 20,000 RF a tick. That's why. Okay, let's double check then. What's the... Yeah, producing 200,000. Okay, I suppose it's not that bad. It's producing 200,000. We're only losing, what, like... brain... 48,000 RF that we're not able to get a hold of? End of the world. Not really, but okay, let's put you in here. Alright, where's the energy usage? Needed? Needed. Okay, you now need more than the reactor is producing. That's something. Does that mean you're going a lot faster? No, not really, because you're not able to get all the power you need. Are you? Actually, are you? Not really. Let's... give me one of those. How about now? How you doing now? You're still at 150. Yeah, it's unless we can keep the power in it, there's no reason to have these upgrades. 3. How you doing? What? Seriously? It still uses the same... Oh, needed. Using. Duh. Reading the wrong line. Okay, so it's needing that much per tick. It needs to fill its buffer. That's why it wants it. Okay, so we're in our thingy. Yes, we are. No idea how we got those blocks. I'm guessing sand fell at just the wrong moment. I wish I could tell where it was working, because you can see it. So we got the square right there, here, and it cuts just under, because you can see where it shaved some blocks off there because I miscalculated the Y value. But it's not doing anything here, and I don't know why. I mean, maybe this is it, right? Oh yeah, I can't fall because I'm swimming. I mean, oh yeah, that would be it. Hi there. You can come out here and drown? Yeah, this is definitely where it was working. This hole was not square before. I wonder if that's... Yeah, that's one chunk. Okay, so it's working on this chunk, moving up, then it'll probably take out that chunk. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Now I feel a little better now that I know what it's actually doing. Because before it was just like it was black holing power and not really doing anything. Did I? Okay, yeah, I didn't give it a piece of my bread. Is it going any faster? I really don't think these cables are capable of keeping up with it. Yeah, actually, this is a nice test. It's producing 40 RF per tick. You can see it's what, 2-3 times my height up in the air? 38, so, well, 38.96. So it's definitely producing a little more. What I'm really curious about this thing is to see how our production rates hold up, because so far, I mean, it's entirely possible because we have such a massive tank of heavy water, and it's getting produced into deuterium liquid, and we've got a significant backlog of lithium. I mean, we've got, how much? Yeah, 2,000 buckets of lithium. So, and I don't know how that measures out in gas. I'm guessing the same. But, you know, who knows? I think the easiest way to measure the gas would be in how many buckets it uses. That way you can use a common conversion rate, since that's how we're storing it. But, I mean, you can see this thing's like, it's constantly producing. I mean, it's definitely using power, but it's not using a ton. You can see every now and then it pulses. That must be when it's taking some into the system. But I think this is actually kind of cool. It's holding 99. I mean, I wonder... We could probably up the injection rate, but I don't know if there would be any point to it. It's storing... Seriously, you're storing 400 million RF? Wow. I wonder if that's from the initial laser blast. Huh. Weird. How are you doing? You charged enough yet? I think it's already charged more than the however long we were running that thing before. I think this is what, like maybe 10 minutes? Well, I've been talking, so it's probably been longer. Lose track of time. But it's actually working out pretty cool here. Ooh, what are you? Entity detection is off. Maybe I should turn that on so if I walk in front of it, it won't fry me. Yeah, overrated. Are you done? You are done, which means we will now take you. Bye-bye diamonds. Actually, I think what we want to do is toss you in there so that you will get turned into these lovely little things. Because these are worth so much more than the other ones. Okay. Well, now I'm out of ideas. That's what I had planned for today. And I honestly expected it not to work. I really expected, that's why I kind of buffered a little time in here. I expected to come in here, flip this switch, and have to fiddle with this thing for like an hour to get it to work. And it just worked. I mean, this thing is going to be charged significantly faster than we charged it before, and we were putting our entire RF production plus all of our mana behind it. How much does it make? Laser amplifier. EOF. Laser. How hard are you to make? That's right, you wanted one of those, but since it keeps flaking out, you don't know which one it wants. I mean, it's a really cheap recipe, all things considered, especially if it only wants the little cheapy one. Basic. Basic was just some sheet aluminum. Let's try it out and let's see. Because I seriously don't remember what it took last time. It was what? 7? 7 of those. Some sheet. Really? Sheet aluminum. Which should not be over here. It should be where it belongs. Was it only 2 sheets? I think it was only 2. Here. I may have used all those up. I'm not sure. These go here. I need those for the actual production of the thingy. And we need you, once again, for the actual production. Oh, look at that. I got 4 left. And then we need... Oh, we are so almost out of these things. We've only got 30 basics left and 1 ultimate. And then it's back to Grindy Town. Let's see. Okay, so basic energy cell. C-shape. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, so basic works. That's good. That does sound familiar. I thought maybe we tried to use one of our blue ones or something before. So the idea here would be... Right... Yeah. Right where you are. You're in the way. Bye-bye power. Okay. Glowstone. Okay, got it. And you can break... You are the power conduit that goes off to this entire side. Was not being used at all. Alright, so that's good. So we will do some creative cabling. Which... Oh, why is it when I'm flying and I'm not recording? Not a problem. I can like buzz circles around most of this stuff. As soon as I start recording, I start slamming into walls. Go figure. Alright, so put you here. That might work. That gives us that entire room to pump lasers through. Because that just seems fun. So this thing needs to be... Yeah, I think we could do this. Let's just do it now. Yeah, we'll put it right here. And we'll... Oh, I may regret this, but we'll see. We'll put it... I thought I heard a zombie choking for a second. It was probably one of those ones that swimmed. New word. Swam up after me while we were underground there. Here. Okay. So this is now... Hits the laser here, goes up, hits that one. Hits one of the clear sides, so it would help charge it. So in theory, we could bring all of our lasers down here. And it would be cool. Aha, I missed. Alright, let's... Okay, ooh. Hi there. We are going to make another one. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. brain just completely locked up. What? Oh, batteries, energy tablets, whatever. Energy. It was like what? Aluminum here. That in the center. Like that. Yep. Okay. And then we need a diamond and 7 steel plates. It's really hard not to say steel without rolling the S somehow. It sounds very hissy. Very weird. Random thought. Alright, so that roll comes this way. So let's just put it... yeah, right there's good enough. So if we put it, okay, so it places in the world facing you by the looks of it. So, but it's easy enough. The thing, I oddity with this thing is though, when you click on it, it turns with a wrench. It turns to face you, which seems like a horrible idea if you weren't paying attention. You get all your lasers charging into this thing. You're like, oh man, it's going the wrong direction. Flip, fry, away you go. But yeah, okay. So now it's pretty much going to have to be like it was up top. So the laser needs to be here. And then, did this one, was it smart enough to turn to face me? Okay, it is. And we got our power cable here. I wonder if it can interface with that. I've never... I mean, does that count? It doesn't say it's got any RF in it. I'm so gonna get cooked. Yeah, see, it doesn't seem like it's linking up. I'm guessing it needs a battery in between, or one of the energy cubes, to act as a transition between them. But what we can do here, so if we look at this, we go, that's a space, that's a laser, that's a cable, and here. Alright, and then we got our cable here. So space, laser, power. And then this that's not a cable, that's a sword. Significantly different effect. Actually, probably no effect on these things whatsoever, but... And then this would go here. And then, what, this goes down 1. Yeah. So that would work, and then we could either have another laser here, we could raise the whole thing off the ground, 2, 3, something like that, and, yeah, we need 3, so we'd need to raise it off the ground 2 more, and we could have a laser underneath it if we want to. But this will work. And then we could pull the cables across here, but honestly I don't think we're going to need that much. I think this is going to be way more power than it really needs. And then what we'll do... Yeah, I think we're just going to grab one of the batteries and use it as a link. So we'll raise this one up to the ceiling. It'll also give us an extra buffer of a few million RF, which is good. Last time we could use this. I promise I know how to fly, really. And we'll take... Ooh. That was close. So that step assist is gonna kill me. Alright, how are we doing? Let's put you there for the time being. Get actually that out of my hand. Otherwise I'll start sticking it to everything. That's still okay. That's alright. How's our lithium doing? Not bad. It's still drawn from what's in here, I think. Yep. Yeah, that shows you how horrible the brine production is. That it's not able to overflow that tank. We can't... You can see it. We're barely able to keep any brine in there. Alright, so we got we got our cube. That's pulling it down there. This is over here to here. And this places facing me. Gets us some power. Oh, see, this just looks cool. You got all your lasers generating, and it bounces over there, it bounces around a corner, cuts my head off because I walked through it, because for some reason I put it at head height, which in hindsight seems like a very bad idea. And comes up here. Yeah, see, that's actually pretty cool. And it looks like it almost... I wonder if you could set it lower, like we could tell this thing it's not allowed to hold. So how much has it got in it? Let's just put... I have no idea. I'm guessing we're supposed to put... So that would be millions, thousands. No? Fine. Maybe? Oh, wow, we reset it back to what it was supposed to be. I wanted 215 million. Ah, yeah, cool. And I'm wondering if you can set this thing to auto fire, like it would not be able to fire until it had 410 million RF or something like that. I think I broke it. Let's just put a whole bunch of 9s in there. There we go. We're already 50% to the necessary power to recharge this thing. That's my goal right now, is to get that thing filled back up so that I can take it down. I can mess with the amount of power ports on it, because it would be the ideal would be to have extra power ports, like maybe one designated specifically to keep these lasers charged, or something like that. That way you can, if something goes wrong, reignite the reactor without waiting a day and a half, and then a couple to go off, like maybe put a whole array of them on the bottom. That actually might make some sense. Ooh, I almost did that. Oh, yeah, I about fried myself. Okay, so you're what? Ish? Yeah. Okay, so there's that. It's funny, I built this thing, and while I was trying to explain the design while I was building it, I just, for the life of me, could not figure out the correct way to explain how that thing was set up. And then it kind of dawned on me that it looks the same from every side. So if you build this side to look like that, you build the other side, so you build the bottom and the top and the sides to all look like this, and you can kind of fill the gaps in with that other pattern. It's like, boom, you're done. And I was going nuts trying to figure out how to explain it. Yeah. Okay, so we could fit 5 power ports on the bottom here, but you wouldn't be able to do that because they would immediately link up to whatever you put in there. So you might be able to put like maybe 4 and then maybe a gas injection port or something on the bottom, or maybe move the gas injection ports like here and here. Yeah, and then you could have like power there and there, and then power on the outside edges. That could work. We're not going to be able to escape through here, so we'll just seal this back up. And we have to leave a certain amount of the frame intact, so these are the only blocks we'd be able to use underneath. But that's still a decent amount. I mean, 5 ports. Where the heck am I? Oh, this is the battery room. We really need to upgrade this thing, though. Yeah, it's holding 10 million RF, but I mean, what really kills it is it only has that one really low-level provider in it. So that's the most it can output. It really can't... Oh, 25. Maybe it has a higher multiplier than I thought. It's definitely not putting out that much, though. Interesting. Oh. Okay, I think I've jabbered long enough about this thing. I have successfully not fried myself yet, much to, I'm sure, some of your displeasure. But I'm sure I'll get myself eventually, since there's no safety rail around this thing. How are we doing? Yep. Yeah, we're only 145 million away from being able to light this thing again, which is just plain awesome. And it's running, and we seem to be holding steady. Yeah, on our tritium. Deuterium's okay. Heavy water's keeping up. These things are definitely keeping up. I mean, you can see it's definitely spazzing through the heavy water. And then this is going. If we had more of these, this would produce faster, but we don't need it because the tank's full. Lithium, we're not doing that bad on. The crappy little setup we have here actually might be enough. I'm going to let this thing run until we get to the next episode, and I'm going to see if this thing manages to stay running with just this setup, because if it does, we can figure out how this works, and then this becomes our base reactor setup, because it works. And we might not even need these tanks, and my frame rate just fell through the roof. Which magic direction do we have to look in to make it come back to normal? Come on. There we go. Right back in the direction it was at before. Ooh. Man, I'm gonna die. This is moving, but not great. Okay, so back before I see something else shiny. We're going to call it here. We're going to say thank you for watching. If you liked the episode, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed and you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. You will see more videos. If you happen to know someone who might like to watch me light a fusion reactor, hey, send them a link. Maybe they'll like the video, and I almost did it again. And maybe they'll like the video, maybe they'll subscribe, and then, they're happy because they got something to watch. You're happy because you had something to share, and I'm happy because channel support is always welcome and always greatly appreciated. So again, thank you for watching.